In this video, I will show the very difficult yet rewarding process of replacing all of the gray polybutylene piping that was 40 years old in the Airstream with new and improved PEX piping. This gray plastic tubing, which was seemingly everywhere in my Airstream, was commonly used water supply line that was used between 1978 and 1995, and at which time was discontinued due to reports of pipes rupturing due to freezing and other causes. Which you can see in my Airstream, all of the corroded areas were where all of my leaks were, which is not good, so I began the process of replumbing. So this is the first section of the interior line, which connects to the outside water source through a tiny hole in the subfloor in the belly pan. And what I had to do here was connect the PEX tubing to a 90-degree brass fitting and place it down through the hole, which will then connect to the water hose hookup on the outside of the Airstream. Now we're going to put the hose attachment end on our PEX pipe. What my father and I did here was get a piece of baling wire and where our new PEX needs to go under the floor.
Subfloor, yeah.
We snuck it under the subfloor, and I reached my little hand in there and got it out from...
Kayla has smaller hands than me. I couldn't get my fingers in there.
Yeah.
Fingers in.
And got it out from a hole in the floor from behind the cabinet. So we're going to put the PEX over this wire and see if it will snake back through to Dad's side over there. Here, do you want a smaller drill bit? Okay, now we've got our wire, so we're gonna hook it to the end of our PEX.
Into the hole. I'm gonna pull it.
Pull the wire. Okay. Okay. Is it going? At the end. Oh my gosh! Look at that! We did it! We have a wire, a PEX tube, all the way under the floor.
Subfloor.
Dad, we're geniuses.
Lucky as shit.
Yeah, we are lucky. I can't believe there's no obtrusions under there. Cool. Alright. What you have just witnessed is a very proud father-daughter moment. That grin right there is one that rarely graces the presence of my father's face. But this was surprisingly the easiest part that I thought would be the hardest. So next up, was definitely the hardest. Here we have my father, uncle, and I replacing the water lines under the sink. This part was by far the hardest because of all the twists and turns and hard to reach nooks and crannies under the sink, and getting in there with this really large clamp proved to be quite the process. But the nice thing about living so close to family is you get help with all of your insane Airstream restoration projects. So my dad and uncle were nice enough to come give me a hand, because as you can see, it's kind of a complex cluster under there. And after a good long while, we finally got it in there. And here is the wheel well under the closet where the main line hooks up to all the other lines of the trailer, which I will now try to explain. Okay, so right now I am going to clamp together my water line that goes in the wheel well, and that's the main line. So it goes out right here and snakes around under the closet, under the main line, comes in through here. I put in a new water filter it's a cheap one. I got it at Walmart for like $8, and that will filter out sand and such, for water to wash dishes and bathe in and stuff like that. And there's the pump. And then this is the main line that my dad and I connected. It goes under the trailer and over here where all of my new PEX plumbing is hooked up to my sink. So this is the main line now that I will be clamping together to fit back into the wheel well over here. This was yet another long and harrowing process of clamping together the PEX pipe with the brass fittings and the shutoff valves. This main line connects all of the other lines going from the outside hose connection to the pump, filter, and freshwater and gray water tanks, and also the purge line. This line also supplies the water line to the kitchen sink and the shower, the bathroom sink, and the toilet. And the end of the line connects to the hot water heater, which will then go back around to supply hot water to the bathroom sink, shower, and kitchen sink. I completely replaced all of the gray polybutylene lines and all of the fittings, as well as the faucet connections and toilet connection. I did not want to leave any room for possible leaks by reusing any of the old connections. The only thing I kept was the pump, which was easy enough to hook up with new PEX fittings. In total, all of the supplies to replace all the water lines cost about $150, but it was well worth it to repair all the leaks, and it also solved my water pressure issue. And now we have a much improved water system that is way more efficient and, most importantly, doesn't leak.
Subscribe to this channel and follow me on my quest to find a meaningful, simple life through enjoying life's small pleasures, spending quality time with family, and of course, taking on a massive Airstream renovation.